Hi there, I'm Simon and welcome back to PhotoBite Kids. Next up in our series of photo challenges for kids aged between 5 and 15 is a more traditional photo challenge. Now this photo challenge is all about shooting landscapes. Now obviously a very traditional form of photography. This landscape could be anywhere around you. It doesn't necessarily need to be out in the countryside in the rolling hills or by the sea. It can be any form of landscape, basically a wide shot of your environment. Fun fact, the very first recorded photograph was actually taken from a bedroom window or from a window. So, you know, it just goes to show you don't need to be out in the open necessarily to take part in this challenge. But to give you some more tips and a bit more guidance on how to capture your landscape as best as you possibly can, I'm going to hand you over to our resident photo expert, and that's Professor Gardner.
Thanks, Simon. So yeah, today we're doing landscapes and I'm going to show you just with one location how easy it is to get really good photos. And if you don't have a landscape that you can go to, you can easily do this out your bedroom window. So stay tuned, I'll show you some tips and tricks how to make your photos better. So firstly, we need to establish three things: foreground, middle ground and background. So for foreground, we've got this stuff here. Middle ground, we've got all these reeds over here, and then that is our background, that is our scene. And we try and make all of these three things come together so you can get our perfect picture. So I'm going to start off just using my phone and just give you some ideas of what we can do today. So one of the things you need to remember when doing landscape is a very simple rule, and that is the rule of thirds, which is 2 lines down, 2 lines across. And the idea is that you want to have a subject on one of those 4 cross points. So in this case, with a photo I've just done, which I'll show now, I've had the reeds being in the bottom left, and then we've got another thing called a leading line, and a leading line leads us out into something or brings us to follow something with our eyes. And I've done both of those in this photo. So bottom left we've got the reeds, and then we've got the leading line of the reeds leading into the background. Very simple and very easy to do. Not only is it simple and easy to do, you can do it portrait or you can do it landscape, because the rule of thirds applies in many ways. And if you want to, you can also break the rule of thirds, because rules are meant to be broken and laws are not, I think. Okay, so we're on video. I'm going to do some camera cam and I'm going to show you how easy it is to frame up. So we have the reeds down here, and because the video is quite tight, you can still make this work. So you see that I've got them in the bottom left. We can go a little less so, a bit more water in the middle, and then leading lines to the right. But notice the leading lines don't come in all the way like that. They're off to the side, so you can still see the background without anything interfering with it. Other things you can do to make the photo stand out is you can make it look darker just by dialing things down, or you can make it brighter by dialing things up. And it's totally your choice on what you want to do with it, because it is your photo. Excuse the wind, but bear with me as I say this. You don't need a wide angle lens to take landscapes. You can do it with a telephoto lens or a normal prime lens on your camera. You don't need to be fancy with it. You can make it work with whatever camera you have. I did mine with a phone. You can do yours with a camera or a Polaroid or a film camera. It's up to you. All you want to do is remember those simple rules, the rule of third and the leading lines, and that'll help you get some better pictures. And again, you don't need a location. You can do this out your window. But if you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to submit your photos using the hashtag, which is right here. And as always, my name's Luke, this is PhotoBite, and we'll see you next time.